Hello, everybody. This is Elisha King from wisdomseekers.net, and we're here for a live interactive. The super chat is enabled. Please, if you're going to do a super chat, put your question right beside it, or we're going to lose it. We have a lot of people coming in, and it moves really fast. And hi, everybody. I see there's Courtney Millan. Hello. I'm not really good at seeing up close. Wow.
Genesis Free. Sorry if I butchered that. Says, hey, yeah.
Hey, yeah.
Angela Patterson.
Hi, Angie. Angela, pardon me.
Hi, Elisha. Courtney asks, are these paid questions?
No, you get a free one. If you want it answered really quick, or you feel like giving a bit of a donation, you may. It's called a super chat. But no, you can just ask the question.
Angela Patterson says, hi, Elle. Hello. Danielle Marie 361 says, hello, everyone. Janice Free says, yes. Debbie says, hello, Elisha and Elle. Lily Guild says, hey. Maria Herrera says, hey.
Hi, Maria.
Alicia P98 says, hi. How does Justin feel about me romantically?
Okay, let's jump into it. Alicia.
Well, hellos were nice.
Yeah, a lot of them. That was really cool. Thank you. He's very, his energy is that he's a little bit shy about the romance. He kind of likes you, but he hasn't made up his mind just yet. He's sort of like he's still on the fence, which is really, he appears to be sweet, and in the energy he's sweet. So drop a hanky or something, and let it help him get to know you just a little bit better. And I'm joking about dropping the hanky. That's from the 1800s. But help him get to know you without being obvious. And if it was the 1800s, you could drop a hanky, but you can't nowadays. But drop your purse accidentally and have a few things spill out, and make sure you've emptied your purse out of all personal stuff, and most men will jump in and help you. Things like that. But don't make it obvious, okay?
And Courtney Milan asks, I applied to a program today. Will I get approved?
Courtney Milan?
Mm-hmm.
Well, you're very excited about the idea. And I can feel you're nervous about not getting into it, because you've put your heart and soul into this. I believe you're going to get in, because when I followed the letter to it, and when they're opening the letter, they look at it, they think about it, and they nod their heads. So I believe you're going to get your heart's desire. And then it comes the hard work. Getting it's the easy part. But I have full faith from the energy that you can do this.
You ready for the next one?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Angela Patterson says, my grandma always called me Angie, and I accidentally called my mom Nanny the other day. I think she's around.
Yes, very much so. She's just like, she says, you tell my granddaughter how much I love her, but I don't have to, because you already know. And then she beams. A big grin. Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. Sorry, my computer is...
Genesis.
Yeah. Genesis Free says Tower moment, major reset. What's my next career?
Oh God.
Or what's in my next career? What's next in my career?
Oh, what's next in your career?
I
that
can
I
read.
might be able to answer. What your next career is, I don't know.
Like I said, I can totally 100% not read.
Oh, it's been a really long day, ladies and gentlemen. We've been doing our newsletter, and I've already late by, well, it's supposed to be out on the 1st, so obviously we're behind. And so we've been plugging away at this newsletter all day, and it's a lot of more work than you think it is. It's a good newsletter, so sign up. Wisdomseekers.net is on the first page.
Get to the question, lady.
I know I'm procrastinating because that's a really hard question to answer. Okay, hang on. You may not like this one. You might want to go back to school. You can choose to do a few other things in life, but you're going to find that they're kind of short, dead-end things. So basically your next step, and as you said, reset, is actually a real positive, because now you can go back and A, find your passion, B, live your passion. But it might be that you have to become a student again, or go in and find a career, but find your passion first. And I'm not quite sure what this means, but I see a lot of stones. So if you're passionate about stones, find out what you can do with stones. It might be simply that you go apprentice with somebody who is who works with stones, as healing instruments, or you may become a jeweler, and that would be really fascinating, becoming a jeweler. And there are courses for that as well as being apprenticeship, or you might look into geology. That's only a beginning step, because I feel that for you, you're actually destined. That's just a stepping stone to what you're going for, because I feel that you're meant to do something a little more exciting, possibly teach.
She actually added, I do live my passions, art and music and acting. No stone left unturned. No interests in stones themselves, though.
Okay. So that's too bad, because I see a lot of stones around you, but maybe these kind of stones, crystals and stuff. Let's see. I still see that maybe some form of education is called for. It might be that you want to become a teacher, and and that might be something that's very simple. What you're doing, but I do feel you have a higher calling, and again, it might be you're not interested in stones, but it might be that you're a sound healer or something like that. So there's different forms of school. I'm not necessarily going through as the regular education system, but if you're a musician, sound healing usually draws people like you. Movement therapy. I know a few people who have gone into movement therapy who because it helps unblock the energy of the body, and that's where we keep all our crap, right? It's stuck in our body. Anyhow, that question is actually a full reading question. I'm sorry, I can't help you more.
Lily Guild asks, when is Hendrik getting out of jail? If you can pick up dates, please tell me. I miss him.
Dates are not my forte. I apologize. Let me find out how Hendrix is doing. He's not, well, of course he's not happy. Who can be happy in jail? At this moment, he feels like he has a huge cloud over his head, and he just feels like he's in there forever. That doesn't mean he is. It just means that time goes really slowly in jail. And for him, a month would feel like a year for you. He thinks of you. If you're in the American system, I know that that's a very harsh system, more so than some of the other countries in the world. If you could write to him so he can receive letters, it would brighten his day a great deal. It would help a lot, in fact. Okay. But
sorry.
no, that one is, it's just a little difficult because he does need some moral support, something. If he's in the American system, maybe you could put in $10 here and there into his system so he can buy stuff to make himself a little healthier. I have a friend who has a friend in the American system, and I understand how brutal it is. They don't give them enough food, so they have to buy extra food just to survive. Or even extra shoes. They can't, so if you can give him enough to buy a book, or if he reads anything that will help him pass the time of day, it would help him a great deal. Okay, I am done now.
Okay. Sharon B asks, what's going on in my mom's life right now?
I'm not 100% sure. It's like she's walking in a gray fog, can't see her way out. It's like almost like she's flailing about in the energy, trying to find a direction. And at this moment, she's not succeeding at this moment, if I'm reading it correctly. As I said, she's in a gray patch. It's almost like purgatory, what the Catholics would consider purgatory. That doesn't mean she will have to stay there. My suggestion is, if you're Christian or religious, pray for her. If you're just simply into the energies, send a beacon so that she can find a way out. You may not want to be part of her life, and that is totally fine. But she cannot see a direction at this point, which would help her get to a place where she can function in a way that would be beneficial for her. I don't know how she's acting in the physical. I can only see how she's acting in the energies. And she cannot find a doorway, basically, to react and act in a way that would be more beneficial for her or the world, including yourself. Okay.
Ready for the next?
Mm-hmm.
Danielle Marie 361 asks, does Paul have feelings for me?
He's a bit sly. I'm not sure that's the right word for it, but he kind of looks over his shoulder at you. He looks at you, and he's a bit sly about it. My suggestion with this guy would be to walk the other direction, because when you walk away from him, then he's What? What? Why are you going away from me? And he will follow. If he follows, I would still recommend you be very careful with this one. He he's not straightforward at all times, and what he says may not necessarily be the truth. But if yeah, my my preference would be that you just simply walk away from him. Period. But if you're interested, and people are interested, and they have to find out for themselves, walk away slowly, and he will follow you. But remember, he is sly.
Teddy Torres Tarot, say that 3 times fast.
Hi, Teddy.
Says, hi, Elisha. What do you see coming up for me in love?
I see you singing and dancing, so I would suspect that something is coming your way. It's summertime, right? And living is easy. Just remember that. So have fun. If you're serious, be very, very slow in your movements forward. But come fall, with it's not just a summer romance. Then still moves forward slowly, because you want to know this new person. Or is it new? Hang on. It might be an old person that's come back. You want to know them well before you choose to go forward. I'm not 100% sure if it's new or new. I knew again. Okay, but it's summertime. It's a summer romance. That might be all it is, but you'll find out in the fall. And have fun. Just have fun. Okay, enjoy the energy of it.
Maria Herrera says, thank you.
De nada.
Anjali asks, how will I find... Hi, will I find true love and never get married?
I think so. But you want to do a few things first. You want to make sure that your marriage should be at the bottom of the list of things that you're interested in at this point. You want more to solidify who you are first. Once you do that, you're going to find that that comes to you. It's unfortunately, the universe has its own set of timing. It's not our set of timing. And I know I've had arguments with the universe about this before. Please, 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 now, and it 10 years later. And I'm not saying you have to wait 10 years. That was what happened with me. And I'm not talking about love. I'm talking about something different. I think it can be measured in months rather than years, what you're looking for. And I do believe that Christmas time might bring you a gift that you're excited about. Again, I caution everybody, take good 3 months to get to know this person before you give away your heart. All right? Good luck.
Crystal T asks, do you see an increase in my finances this month?
You're very adamant that yes, you are. I can't see how you're going to do it, but you're very adamant that you've made up your mind that this is going to happen. And the universe appears to be actually listening to you. It might be just the beginning steps. It might be a small promotion. It might be a raise. It might be a windfall. I'm not sure how it will come about, and it might be just the first step. A tiny increase, but each month gets a bit more. Uh, at least I see your abundance increasing, not rapidly, but steadily. All right. Let me just check again. So there's a book, and it's called, and you get it on Amazon and Kindle. It's called Cosmic Ordering Made Simple. And I have to recheck the name of the authoress, but she's I suspect this is a book you may find really quite interesting and worth your while. It's a way to order what you want from the universe. It can be money. It can be a perfect place, new home. It can be anything. I ordered a quiet neighbor. I've got the quietest neighbor you ever heard. Didn't hear. And it works because we've had anything but quiet neighbors for like years. Okay, good luck. But Cosmic Ordering Made Simple. It's a Kindle book on Amazon. You can buy a hardcover too, but they're like a heck of a lot more expensive.
Maria Carrera asks, hello, do you see love coming my way?
Actually, I do. You're a very gentle soul. And as you heal the energy around your heart section, I feel your heart expanding. And because it expands, it will bring in this really nice human being. Somebody who will sit with you and laugh with you. Somebody who will say, "Yeah, don't worry. Don't sweat it about things that you can't do anything." And he will have a great deal of love for everybody in your family, your immediate family especially. He seems like a really gentle soul. Okay. I
You
think.
ready for the next?
Yeah.
Angela Patterson asks, my question is, should I go for the apartment I saw in Welland today or wait for a better one that I might be happier in? I don't get a positive feeling from the landlord. I think I made him nervous.
You in the energy say, definitely, I don't want that one. You're just going, no, no, no. And how the energy starts is how it continues. It doesn't ever get to a place where it's better. So if you're uncomfortable and you have a sense of uncomfort, pay attention to that. One of the ways to do this, and I tell everybody, empty your mind, ask the question in your heart, no thinking at all. And for the first 30 seconds, you'll get a yes, a no, maybe so, yes or no answer, a feeling, a thought, a video, a picture in your mind, or something like that. You'll know. It just knowing, which is the most powerful one. You already know the answer to that one. There is another one. It might be another 5 minutes out, but it's a place where you'd be really happy. Okay.
Gabriela Ruiz asks, if my boyfriend goes to Mexico, will he meet another girl and get her pregnant?
Gabriela
Ruiz. Ruiz. Ruiz.
He has absolutely no intentions of it. I don't know what he's saying to you, but he may be teasing you, but he has absolutely no intentions of fathering any children. And honestly, I'm not 100% sure he has any intentions of looking further afield. Um, he 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 really likes to tease you a lot because you rise to the bait. But he does actually seem to care about you as who you are. So I can't see you changing because you're passionate, and he likes that passion in you, and he's always going to tease you. But he has absolutely no intentions of doing what you're talking about. Okay?
Leah Smith asks, do you ever see me having a child with my current partner in the future?
Give me the name again.
Leah
Leah?
Smith.
I see you pregnant. I see you very, very pregnant, like you're ready to have the baby any moment now. I can't 100% say it's with your current partner. It's sort of like it's maybe, maybe not, but it's soon. It's in the next couple of years, that kind of soon. And you look extremely happy and radiant. So whoever it is with, it's the perfect person for you. And I really would love to say that it's this guy. I can't. Sorry. But you look really healthy while you're pregnant.
Keisha W asks, hello. Is Patrick in a relationship? Is that the reason why he's not communicating?
He is in a relationship, what he says, but with his work. He's it's almost like he says, no, I don't really have time. I'm really, really busy. Things are sped up for wherever he works or whatever he's doing. And it might be that might be like it's a startup. He's like it might be, I don't know what he does. If it's a big company, he's super busy. If he works in a 9 to 5, a everyday job, it might be that he's trying to start something from his garage, but he's working very hard right now, and that's taking up all his energy. And he is. He's just really, really involved with being busy. It's not that he's ignoring you. It's like he the whole world is outside of his realm, and he's only listening or only paying attention to this one part of his life. One day he's going to lift up his head and go, "Oh my gosh, where did the time go?" But this is not yet what's happening. Not that I feel another woman there. Not that other women wouldn't be interested in him, but I don't feel that he has any awareness right now. Okay.
Gabby Kovalenko asks, will my father, Vladimir, earn a large sum of money through work within the next 5 months? Thank you.
He's definitely trying very hard to do that. Um, I can't promise you that he will. He's putting in an effort. And I can't promise you he will make that big. He will achieve what he's working for, but he is trying. Unfortunately, this would take a little bit more energy than I've got to explain everything. Not energy, but time, etc. If you want, uh, I do a written for like $30. That's very comprehensive. I have another reader, Elizabeth, who will do the same thing for $20. And she's really good at it. But that one takes a little bit more effort. There's how do you say this? There's circumstances around it that may interfere or may not interfere. So all I can tell you honestly is he's trying very hard. Okay.
Kathy Cephas, yeah, asks, "Hi, Elisha. I'm moving in the right direction at this time."
I believe you are. The feeling I get from you is that you're extremely determined and very. You've got your goals set and your ideas in place, and you're moving forward, and you're very determined. The determination is really powerful and very positive. Be open to be going left or right, someplace along the way if something different and better comes along. But at this moment, you were doing exactly what you're supposed to do. And if I was your mother, I'd be very proud of you. But in the energies, I feel very pleased for you. Okay.
Kristen Meek says, "Is my mom doing witchcraft to me behind my back?"
That would be one where you want to message me directly, I think. My name is Elisha Keating on Messenger. Please feel free to message me.
Facebook link down below.
Yeah.
Debbie asks, "Will I find a job in the next 6 months?"
Oh, yeah, it's frustrating, isn't it? I believe you will. And horrible at times. September, you should have a job. But there's an axiom. I tell my kids that. You want a job, take any job. It's easier to get a job from having a job. So take a job, any job. Be a waitress in a fast food store, anything. It's always better to have a job to get a job. I do feel life is going to speed up for you really fast, so be prepared.
She also adds that she's been watching some of your pick a card videos and is really enjoying them. Thank you. I like that they are evergreen.
Thank you very much.
Kylie Brown asks, "Out of the two guys, who's better for me, my ex-Gemini or the Scorpio?"
What's her name again?
Kylie Brown.
Kylie. I'm going to pull cards on that one. So think at them hard, okay? Well, the Scorpio probably is not the best choice. I get Four of Cups, which is and intuition. Use your intuition, and it would become stagnant, which is really strange with a Scorpio that it becomes stagnant. For your ex, strength rising above the energy that is. Be patient, lots of patience, because it would be a brand new beginning. I do believe Scorpio might have a lot of sexual energy, and he might be the bad boy, but your heart will get broken a lot faster than your ex. And if you have a choice and you have the option, go with your heart. You want to be friends. You want to be friends with whomever you're going to be with. Passion lasts not long, but friendship lasts a lifetime. And I have a really good friend who says, not to me, to everybody, watch how he treats his mom. If he treats his mom with respect, he'll treat you with respect. If he treats his mom with disdain, you're going to be treated the same way, because his mother was the first woman in his life, and that's how he learned to treat women. If he helps the dog, if he sees a broken creature on the road and he helps that broken creature, he's a keeper. If he just takes the car and runs over it, lose him. Okay, good luck. Heart wants what heart wants, and it's not always smart.
Kisha W. asks, is my sister Yolanda's boyfriend Calvin right for her? I don't want to see her hurt again.
Yeah, unfortunately, we don't have much choice in the decisions our loved ones make. But let me see. He could be, but it'll take a long time. He's a bit bit fly by night at the moment. He's not ready to settle down and be that. He's not ready to be that guy yet. I think he'd rather go out out and play, out and drink, or out and have fun. Pardon me. The image I got was a bar, which doesn't mean that he's a bar type, but he wants to go out and play first. He's not. He's a bit of a fly by night at the moment. I do believe in the future that will change, but the future is not now, and you cannot count on the future. Okay.
Caitlin Brooks asks, if my boyfriend gets deported back to his country, will he ever be able to come back anytime soon?
I believe if he gets deported back to his country, that there are things that are happening in his country that would inhibit his ability to come back at any time soon. And he would get caught up in the life back home and feel obligated to work things out, go through whatever. I'm not sure. Do not offer to help him matrimonially. It would not be to your benefit at this point in time. That is just a suggestion. I suspect there's a lot more to this person than you know, and he feels like a nice human being, but there's many currents around him, and I think he has obligations and energetic obligations that he may not even know about yet. It's not. It's something that he's come down to earth to do. So offer him as much support as you can, but that's the best. But no more than what you're capable of. Okay.
Okay. Nancy Jones asks, I talk to my aunt a lot. Does she believe everything that I tell her?
You're opening up her eyes. She kind of wants to resist it, but she in her heart she knows that what you're telling her is a truth, and and she wants to remain a little bit in the mainstream, but she knows in her heart what you're telling her is the truth. Does not mean that she will be open to it as rapidly as you hope, but you lit a fire. She cannot deny it. Give her time, give her breathing space, and show her. Eckhart Tolle, for instance, or Tolle, is his logic is undeniable. There's so many authors out there that are it's just so logical and so so it just opens your heart. One of my favorites is Daniel. What's his name? Daniel?
Millman?
Yeah,
Millman.
Daniel Millman. And I know when you read his book, it's a storybook, but when you read his book, the energy just hits you in the face and it changes you. My kids have been giving that book out as gifts for 15, 20 years. Okay, so, but Daniel Millman, look up his books, and there's actually a movie that was made from it. Pardon?
Way of the Peaceful Warrior.
Way of the Peaceful Warrior. That he has many books. That's the one I would start people out on, because literally I remember when I read it the first time, years and years and years ago, I could feel the energy move through me and shift me. And it's kind of cool. Daniel Millman, Way of the Peaceful Warrior.
And it's just Dan Millman.
Dan, pardon me. My eldest daughter's name is Danielle, so I just go with that.
Cassisu says, hello, I'm wondering if my guides have anything I need to know at this time. Thank you.
So there's a door coming for you to open, and it's not in your direct line of direction. It's some sort of on the left, on the left rather than straight in front of you. And it's a bright shiny door, but it's not huge, and it's not flash. It doesn't have flashing neon lights. And your guides suggest, if you do choose to do that you would really enjoy it. And what is behind door A? I think you would find door A kind of exciting, actually, if you've got a choice. It's rather cool, actually.
Elantra Cook asks, does Marquise love me? Thank you so much.
He is, how do you say this? I think he's falling in love with you. He's trying really hard not to fall in love with you, because it's not in he doesn't want to fall in love right now. So he's going around, stomping around, being a little bit cranky. And this is in the energy. I'm not saying this is what he's doing in physical. But he's being a little bit cranky, and he's trying to be resistant to it, because he has other plans for his life. but he's sort of kind of falling. Now, whether or not he bucks the system, again, we have free will universe. Whether he bucks the system or not, I'm not 100% sure if he will or not. But if he does, then he will walk away. This point, I don't see him walking away. This point, I see him falling for you more and more, because you do things that he just finds adorable. So he gets really cranky and says, "No, no, no." But then you do something really, and this is not my words, adorable, and and he and he's all, "Oh, that's so sweet." And so he's sort of losing the battle. I can't at this point can't say he's lost it totally yet. But if I was a betting woman, I would bet on you over him. So at this point, I think 60% yes, 40% no. Good luck. It's changing rapidly.
She says, "What a little brat." LOL.
Yes, he really is. He's kind of cute.
You ready for the next one?
Yeah.
I'm sorry if I butcher your name. Reham Elkite asks, "What is Cancer Man overseas not telling me? He is very secretive and it gets confusing at times."
He's got a lot more responsibilities than he's letting on. He's got a lot more responsibilities than he's letting on, and it's something. Cancer. He's got a lot of family energy, and it feels like it's a kind of a mother type energy, whether it's his mother or somebody else's mother or his grandmother or something. There's a responsibility there that he is not going to allow himself to just brush aside. So that might be what it is. He's not telling you is that things he can't move forward until this issue is resolved, and he doesn't know how long this issue will take to resolve. It could resolve quickly, though if it's an elderly person, it won't be something that will be that easy. It won't leave. So, but it basically what it amounts to. He has a responsibility that he's not telling you about. It could be something totally different, actually. I just get family, and I saw a mother image. And so responsibility, mother image. It could be something very along those lines, but different. Okay.
Our next question comes from Cami Adoran. She says, "Hello, I'm new.
Hi, Cami.
I'm wondering if Dante will ever talk to me again. He's been ignoring me."
I think if I was you, I'd walk away from Dante. In the energies, anyhow, he's a cranky little boy. Um, Unfortunately, I feel that the energy between the two of you is not completed. But I I would recommend you walk away, go look for something new, something that has a little more pizzazz, more style. I mean, the guy's got a name Dante, so of course he's got to have a little bit of style. But you actually deserve something a little nicer. Okay.
Rachel Snow asks, "When will I meet my significant other?"
Okay, and I right off the bat, I'm lousy at times. Most people who work in the energies, we work outside of time, so time is really hard. When will you meet your significant other? Yeah, maybe in this winter time. Would it help? It would help me to know where you live actually, because they gave me some really weird answer. Could you ask her?
Well, if she's still around, she will answer and we can cycle back.
Okay.
Um,
Which hemisphere are you in anyhow? At least that part.
yeah.
Because the answer they gave me was strange. Okay.
So Pat J. Matalana, Yana, says, "Good evening. Thank you for helping me with this situation. For the past few days, I've been awoken at 3:33 a.m. and I keep seeing my dream, divine masculine in my dreams. Is he my twin flame? Is my twin flame all right?"
Well, first of all, the 3 a.m. waking up, it's called the triad sleep, which means you're growing spiritually, a lot of spiritual changes and shifting, a lot of schooling going on. The problem with the triad sleep is you start to fall asleep right about the time you're supposed to wake up. The divine masculine, he's perfectly fine. He's part of the reason you keep waking up. Uh, and honestly, they're very excited because this is a spiritual, and it's a spiritual classes you're taking, and they think you're doing really well, and they're all happy for you. It doesn't mean you're not exhausted at night, I can tell you that. But the triad sleep, with you get the 3 o'clock waking, you know that it's based on your spiritual growth more than than your divine the divine energy, masculine energy being in trouble. We always look for a reason when something out of the ordinary happens, and we look for what we understand and know. So looking for, because it's uncomfortable, you think that, and being woken up, will automatically assume that there's something happening that is you automatically think something's happening that's a little different, that's not positive. In this case, uncomfortable but positive. All right.
Um, Alexis May Adams asks, "Hello, I was wondering if I will get a car tomorrow. Thank you."
Well, I can definitely see you're going to get a car, but I'm not 100% sure about tomorrow. But I see you just kind of really excited and sort of dancing in place. Yes, yes, yes. So I do see you very happy. So potential is, if you're looking for a car and it's tomorrow, the potential is yes, but ultimately the answer is you will get what you're looking for, and you'll be very happy with it. It looks like it's a cute little car. Well, cars can't be. You don't think of cars as cute, right? But sometimes they are. My middle daughter's first car was purple. It's her favorite color. It was a cute little car. But I'm not saying yours is purple, but it does look nice and shiny. Okay.
Nicole, Nicole Hamu.
The first name's good enough.
Okay, that's good. Does Jason still think about me?
He kind of does, yes. Well, it depends on how the relationship ended or changed or shifted, whether he moved away or other other things happened. But he definitely thinks about you, and there is a bit of frustration there. So it could be that he thinks of you and wishes that things were different. That's all I'm getting. I'm sorry.
Okay. Alexis just quickly said, "Thank you so much." LOL. I know what you mean about the cute car.
Okay, cool.
The Vahara Michelle asks, should I write that letter? Thank you. That's Michelle.
Yes, but you should write it like 5 times before you send it. And 5 times, I'm just throwing out a number, but you should rewrite it until you are comfortable with what it says, and it says it in a very diplomatic way. Okay. And diplomacy doesn't necessarily mean that you have a negative thing to say. It's just regardless of how, write it or rewrite it until it feels perfect. Okay.
Jazz's Angel Numbers Tarot says, I love this. I can feel the wisdom through the video.
Thank you very much.
Kristen Meek says that she messaged you like you asked her to and hopes to hear from you soon.
Well, I'll look as soon as I'm finished. Let me just check and make sure you got the right one, okay?
Yeah, actually, Courtney Milan asked if it was the right profile. So right now we're just getting a lot of thank yous, no more questions. So Cami said thank you for her reading.
So I got a one from a Nina Bernal, but that's it. Okay, yeah, no, Nina Bernal. Is that the right name? That's not the right name, right?
I can't tell you. It. No, yeah, that's her.
Okay, yes, I got it.
Courtney Milan, I guess, is in contact with Kristen Meek, and she says that's her.
All right, sweet. Yes, I got it. I will talk later.
Cassie Sue says, thank you. I sure hope I am being guided to that shiny door on the left.
I think you are. But again, it's free will, right? But behind it, I'm not going to tell you what's behind, but it's really nice. It's really, really nice.
Unstoppable Goddess says, so many changes in my life lately and so much healthy release and abundance, but I feel like there's a message from my guides I need to hear. Can you help me hear my message from them?
I still love that name.
Yeah.
Okay, they're suggesting things are moving really fast. Make sure you ground a lot, because things are moving so fast you may miss something very vitally important. And when you're grounded, it will feel like things slow down a bit, which they aren't actually. It's just because you're grounded, you feel better and you can see clearer. And it's the clearness of sight that you want. They're really pleased with what you're doing, but grounding is vitally important. Many ways to ground: granite, get some granite rocks. You can find them anywhere. They're most plentiful rock in the world. But You get a couple this size and carry them in your pocket. Walk barefoot. Pull air. That's what I call it. There's a chi line right down the center. Pull air. That's a band-aid, but it will help you. Give you that extra few minutes. Breathe deep into your nose, down to your diaphragm or your belly, and then exhale quiet through 3 times minimum. When even with you're really happy, you want to do this. So make and then visualize. Do a meditation for grounding. Anything, just do this. Drink water. If you're not a vegetarian, eat hamburger. Hamburger is really grounding. Yes, I know it's not spiritual to eat meat and hamburger, but yeah, it will ground you because it's a heavy food. You don't want to eat it often but find the grounding, and you will find that for you, I don't have any close by, but obsidian, and if you want obsidian like this, go to
HebelDesigns.com.
Hebel Designs. It's HEBAL.com.
HEBEL.
HEBEL. Hebel Designs in California. And she does work like this. She does beautiful work. I love her work. We've been buying from her for years. We have never had a problem. But a dark stone. Look for a dark stone. And but beyond that, they're really, really delighted with you. And there's something to do with the moon. Not the full moon, but the moon just before the full moon. That's they want you to watch the moon phases. Okay.
So we have a couple more questions, but we're also at our hour. So do we want to just cut it off here?
Sure.
After the 2 questions?
Yeah, let's do that.
All right. Sounds great. So Vahara Mind Michelle says, I've written the letter twice now, but my words keep evolving, and I will write it again.
They do.
They add, how can you trust your intuition, ego versus intuition?
Practice. Lots and lots of practice. It took me a long time to figure out. One of the best things is to lose the mind chatter. If you can lose the mind chatter or the monkey mind, then you can hear what the universe is telling you. If you have chatter, you can never hear what they're saying. So get a deck of cards, play with your cards. Guess what the next sign says when you're driving. Guess how long it's going to take you to get from one place to the next, like 30 minutes. Or guess who's on the phone next. Or just silly little things until you get to trust yourself. Do readings for people. Get feedback. But the big secret is quiet mind. Because when you're working with energy or you're working with the guides, you have to be able to hear what they're saying, right? And how do I do it? I think of toast. When my mind starts chattering, and every once in a while it goes back to chattering, and I have to revamp myself. Toast, because toast is so boring, right? And not buttered toast, just toast. It's brown, it's cooked. What more can you say? So toast. Just think of toast. And one of the other things I do is I just try to not think for like 30 seconds. If I get a second in there, then you're doing really well. But keep on going. Just blank your mind and keep blanking your mind. until you get that quiet mind. See, our minds have patterns. We think in patterns, especially if you wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning. That is the worst time in the world to make a decision or think about things, because we just go and, oh well, I thought this before, and you're thinking it again and again and again. It's simply a mind trap. So no thinking. Good luck on that. And everybody can do this. It's not, oh no, I can't do this. Everyone can do this. It's just practice. There's a joke, and I just read it today. There was a monk meditating, and he leans over to the next monk and says, "Are you not thinking about what I'm not thinking?" So go for it. You cannot think about it.
Bronnie Myers
Hi, Bronnie.
says, "Hello, Kia Ora. Let me know if I pronounced that correctly. I now love toast."
Yeah.
um,
And namaste.
Rahara Mind Michelle says, namaste and thank you. Our last question of the night comes from Sharon B. And she asks, I feel like I feel like I've come out of my body. I come out of my body at nighttime. Why is that? I've heard of astral projection, and it only occurs, and it occurs a lot while I'm sleeping.
We do it naturally when we're sleeping. Coming out of your body. It's just that you're becoming aware of it. And as long as you don't go into fear, you're fine. If you feel fear, then it's going to stop you from growing and changing. This is probably something, depending on your age, you probably came in to be a teacher or help the transition of the world. It's not something to be afraid of. If you're a little bit uncomfortable, make sure you have grounding stones and grounding phrases around you. You can get essential oils that are grounding, anything you want. Just the biggest thing is not to go into fear. As long as your silver cord is attached, you're fine. If your silver cord's not attached, then you're just going to go say hi to your grandmother. Okay, it's not a huge deal. In the energies, fear is the biggest, will create the most damage. So with something, if you see something and it's scary, you just look at it and say, not afraid, don't care, be gone. And they have to leave. If you go into fear, and that fear is the bad thing, then you will mess yourself up. I work in the energy realms a lot, and I know I have run into some interesting creatures. As long as I am not afraid, I am 100% fine. If I find myself being afraid, I'd come out. But you go to bed at night, you say, "Hey, guides, you come with me," and you're fine. You're looked after. And I'm going to go out on a limb and say, if you have a dragon guide, make sure you keep him or her close. And if you don't have a dragon guide, you say, "Hey, any dragon out there want to be my guide?" They are awesome guides. They are protectors. They will stand for the truth at all times. You have to ask, you have to you have to find out what their name is. They'll never tell you their name because, well, we just couldn't pronounce it even if we could. I know one dragon, his name is Az, and it stands for as if you could pronounce my name. My daughter's guide, a dragon, is called Luna Soleil, and she's been with my daughter for as long as she's been alive. Mine, I just call Admiral because he is a bit of an admiral. So they have all shapes, all forms, all sizes, They are the absolute best to go traveling with. Just get one tonight, right now. It takes like 5 minutes, and they're fun. They have horrible sense of humor, by the way. Just telling you.
Fair warning.
Fair warning.
Rachel Snow has come back.
Hi, Rachel.
She asked earlier
About where
about meeting her significant other.
And what hemisphere
She
she
lives
in?
in the northern hemisphere, so
Okay, so what they told me, and as I said, it was really strange. When the north wind comes and blowing, that's when you're going to meet him. Sorry, like I said, really strange. But it felt cold, so it's a really cold wind. So make sure you've got a really nice warm jacket or parka.
Are you up for doing one more question?
Sure, I can.
Mimi, Meme.
Yeah, no, I recognize the name.
Asks, how does Dario think or feel of me?
He's thinking about you a lot. Whether he's made up his mind, though, that's another thing, but he's seriously thinking about you. I think I gave you the same answer once before. But he's a slow thinker, obviously. But he's intense. He's very intent. And it's like he's weighing all this, every single possible idea and thought and feeling in that he can. He's overdoing it, honestly. He should at some point just say yes or no. But he's leaning really much heavier to yes than no at this moment. A free will universe, but he thinks that if he does all this thinking and everything, that life will be super easy in the future, and doesn't know the half of it. But yeah, he's thinking very serious. It's like, that statue, the thinker. That's him at the moment. Good luck. But you need to do some thinking too, because you have to live with this guy who's a thinker and a thinker and a thinker, and he doesn't have a lot of action. If in the future you choose to be with him. Okay. Are we done?
Yeah, we're done.
Well, that's nice. It was a very pleasant time with everybody. I enjoyed myself thoroughly. Thank you. Namaste. Namasko.
Bye, everybody.
Now, how do I get out? End stream.